Hello and welcome to Lane Community College. We just finished up the women's basketball game, but we're here for the men's basketball game. Should be a good one. UCC Umpqua making the trip up from Roseburg, 10-1 this season under Daniel Leaworthy. For Lane, they're 9-2, coming off a loss against Portland. This one should be a battle between two of the premier teams in the NWAC. Lane's going to start with the ball. They go to Chapman under the basket. Lays it up and in. 2-0 for Lane to start. Talon Valdez has the ball. He had 21 points in the win on Monday for Umpqua. They beat Clackamas. Now inside, Sophia, and that's a travel. It's going to go the opposite way. Starters today, Umpqua, Robbie Moore, Jake Sampson, Dante Sophia, Nathan Webb, and Talon Valdez. For Lane, Jay Elmore, Tyshawn Ford, Isaiah Wallace, Khalil Chapman, and Ethan Blythe. Isaiah Wallace with the basketball gives it to the top for Jay Elmore. Takes a jab step in on Moore. Now goes to the elbow, back out. Chapman, a three-pointer. That's off back iron, no good. Rebounded by Sophia. Throwing it up now for Moore. Down the baseline, a floater. Sinks through, and we're tied at 2.
Umpqua taking both of their shots in the beginning of both of their possessions to that bottom right side there, but successful on that second one.
Blythe brings it to the top. And now hands it off to Elmore. Working in on Moore. Drives down the right lane. Draws in two defenders. Back out for Blythe. He'll drive down left lane. Left-handed layup. Up and good. 4-2 for Lane. Again, we apologize for the video being choppy today. It's been the case all year. We're happy to provide you with stellar audio. Knight Uretsky, AJ Trainer with you. Webb is fouled. Foul's going to be on Ford, and now Webb will head to the line, I believe. On Monday, Nathan Webb, he went off for 35 points against Clackamas. He led all scorers as Webb's a freshman out of Rexburg, Idaho. And he makes it through. This Umpqua team, they're built from players from everywhere. You have players from Australia, Utah, Montana, England, Idaho, Oregon. I mean, you could just go on and on. This Umpqua team's built from everywhere. And right now they have themselves in a battle. 4-4 with Lane Community College here in Eugene. First half of basketball, 18 minutes on the clock. Elmore down the baseline on the left side. Out to the top for Ethan Blythe beyond the arch. Hands it off to Ford on the right wing, who brings it to the top and then backs out to the circle. To Blythe on the right wing now, driving in. Left-handed layup, no good off the backboard. Rebounded by Chapman. He'll fade away as the shot clock expires. No good. Rebounded by Valdez.
Lane's been attacking the hoop to start this game off, taking all their shots from right around the rim.
Sampson from way downtown. No good. Off of number 4, Sophia. And it's going to be Lane Community College basketball. 17:27 left. Lane was ranked number 5 entering the day on Monday, then suffered that 83-74 loss against Portland. They led a majority of the first half as Blythe goes under the basket, pump fakes, and gets the lay-in to fall. 6-4 now for Lane. They led a majority of the way against Portland, and then Portland got going as this is now a out of bounds, and it's going to go to Umpqua. Portland shot 9 of 12 from three-point range and finished shooting 58.5% from the field in that game. Trayvon Richardson, 29 points on 11 of 12 shooting for Portland. And now an offensive turnover for Umpqua. And it's going to be LCC basketball, 17 minutes on the clock. The referees are now converging.
Yeah, Valdez looks surprised there on why it's a turnover. Still looks surprised after the refs break up their conversation.
Either way, it's going to be Titan basketball. Kobe Crawford checks into the game for the first time, swings it to Elmore on the right wing. Goes back to Crawford in the low post, to the high post now for Chapman. He dunks it in. Throw it down, big man. 8-4.
Yeah, Lane has all 8 of their points on the inside. 4 from Chapman, 4 from Blythe. All just under around the rim like that. That's the first one for a dunk, though.
Sampson now in the corner, goes under for Webb. Webb, good defense by Chapman. It's rebounded by Elmore. Crawford bounces it down to the low post for Chapman. Turns around, working on Sampson. Sampson bats it out. And then Chapman got it back for Crawford. Elmore now to the left wing for Wallace. He'll drive to the free throw line, spin his way around, drains the J.
That was a good spin move there. It got him wide open. Even though he did recover and put somewhat of a contest, it was still a pretty open shot.
10-4, Lane Community College with the lead. 15:55 and counting, first half of basketball. Robbie Moore, the point guard for Umpqua, gives it up to Jake Sampson. Down to the elbow for Nathan Webb and over to the left wing for Moore again. Inside to the low post, back to the elbow. Webb a shot, no good. Rebounded by Wallace.
Lane had 3 people going for that rebound, almost made them mess up and give the ball right back to Umpqua.
Blythe out for Wallace, and then Blythe gets it back. Gives Elmore a screen, now back down to Blythe in the low post. To the top for Chapman, swinging it to the right wing for Isaiah Wallace. Back out, Chapman, a three-pointer. No good, off to the left.
They're leaving Chapman open. It must be because he's a big man, and he also hasn't been hitting his shots.
Sampson from way downtown. It's a three-point game. After that triple, 10-7 in favor of the Titans. Isaiah Wallace with the basketball for Lane. Gives it to Elmore. Got a screen from Blythe, then kept it. Pulls up from the elbow and doesn't get the lucky roll. Rebounded by Sampson. .14:40 here in the first half. Valdez gives it to the left side for Moore. Pump fakes, tries to go inside, picked off by Chapman. Blythe down the left lane, spins his way into the paint, out into the corner. Elmore, a three-pointer, bottoms it up.
Looks like both teams have been going with a high 2-3, but it worked for Lane there to get that steal, and it didn't really work for Umpqua there as they left that corner 3 wide open.
Lane answers a 3 with a 3, and the lead's back to 6. 13-7, 14:05 now first half. Valdez at the top. Kicks it to the right side. Sampson down low to Sophia. Webb now in the paint. Gets the lane to fall. 13-9 now.
It was a good help defense attempt from Blythe. Just didn't get there fast enough.
Crawford drives, kicks it to Blythe on the left side. Back out to Crawford. Now Elmore swings it to the corner for Wallace, to the top for Blythe. He'll drive down the right lane. Dumps it off under for Chapman. Lays it up and in. 15-9 in favor of Lane. And out of bounds.
Umpqua just moving too fast for themselves right there, making a sloppy pass right out of bounds.
And out of bounds.
Their coach is visibly upset as he was yelling as they were heading over for that timeout huddle.
So with 13:18 to go, first half of basketball, Lane currently with a 15-9 lead. And I was talking to you before this game is going to be a lot more fast-paced than the women's game that we just saw. And already a great start for Lane. A lot of three-pointers falling. Who's really stood out?
I mean, right now I got Chapman standing out. He's been under the hoop. He has that one steal on defense in the paint, and then he comes down. He has 6 points in the paint right now, too, for Lane. I think he's going to be their main contributor tonight.
Yeah, Chapman's definitely been a guy they've gone to early on. 6 points for him. Ethan Blythe, he has 4 points. So the two of them combining for 10 of the 15 points for Lane. If you look at the lines fully, Jay Elmore, 1 for 1 from beyond the arc, a three-pointer, and then Isaiah Wallace, he had the other 2 points. On the other side, Nathan Webb, the guy that popped off for 35 points on Monday, He has 4 points so far, 2 of them coming from the free throw line, but he's only shooting 1 of 3. Lane's done a really good job with him. What have you seen defensively from the Titans?
Right now, I think, well, they're running a 2-3 zone, but they're definitely aware of how much of a presence that Webb brings when he's on the court. Every time he puts up a shot, it seems like there's 2 people trying to get in his face to make sure that he misses.
So we're back in action here in the first half. 13-10. And Isaiah Wallace gives it to the top. A three-pointer now from McInich. No good. Rebounded by Zach Brown. Ford rips it away, and the Titans are going to remain on offense. 15 seconds on the shot clock. McInich to the top now for McGarvey. Over to Wallace and to Ford. Spins his way in, out for Brown, and hands it off to McInich. Left lane, out to the top. McGarvey, a three-pointer, drills it.
Left wide open. They just kept getting Umpqua with they were driving in, then they'd kick out, and eventually it worked, and Umpqua forgot to cover the man on the outside.
18-9, Lane Community College with the lead. Sampson gives it to the top for Valdez, to Schewers, down low, Webb working in, and a foul is going to be called. Webb's going to go to the line.
They're not letting Webb get any easy shots. He's taken 3 shots, maybe 4 shots this game, and now this is his second time at the line.
Webb stays perfect from the charity stripe. 3 for 3 now, has 5 points. As the score is 18-10. And number 5 gets point number 6 here. 18-11 now. Ford has the ball up the floor, gives it to Zach Brown, and then he hands it right back to Ford on the right wing. Gives it to McInich, over to the left wing for Brown, and over to Wallace. Umpqua bench making some noise. McGarvey gives it to Ford on the right wing, gives him a screen. Ford works in, step back, pump fakes it, and then gives it across the court for McInich. Spins his way inside, laying good, 20-11.
Great spin there. Just he put his body weight into him, made him go out of bounds, and then spun right in under the hoop.
Schewers with it, up for Valdez. Now Webb in the corner, he's double teamed. Gets it out to the top for Valdez, escapes danger. Schewers inside for Webb in the paint. Ford almost poked it free. To the top now for Sampson. Splits 2 defenders, pulls up long J, drills it in. Wallace gives it to the left side. Now back. McGarvey to the top for Brown. Ford on the right wing, back to the top. McGarvey gives it back over to McInich. Hands it off. Ford, a long three-pointer. Drano, 23-13.
Saw him shooting those in warm-ups, and I guess it paid off.
It's a 10-point lead for the Titans. 10:45 to go, first half of basketball. Valdez inside, back out. Webb, a three-pointer, drills it back. The answer. 23-16.
Lane's playing a lot of help defense, and it kind of got them on that possession. Ford was caught down low, trying to help out in the post, and Webb just came around right to where his zone was supposed to be and got the open third.
Brown left alone under the basket, lays it in easily. It's a 9-point lead now, 25-16. Schewers gives it to the right wing. Valdez guarded by Ford, and then he'll back off. Calling for an ISO. Gets a screen now from Sophia. Over the left side for Schewers. Back to the top for Valdez. Draws in Ford. Now draws in Wallace. Inside now for Webb. Working in McGarvey. And McGarvey wins the battle. Swats it back. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Valdez, a long three-pointer. Off back iron. No good. Rebounded, though, by Umpqua. Valdez, another chance. This one, again, no good. Rebounded by McGarvey. And a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be on Nathan Webb. That is his first foul. And with 9:40 to go here in the first half of basketball, there's going to be a timeout. 25-16, Lane currently with the lead over Umpqua Community College. And right now, Lane's in control. They're leading by 9 points. And I think the start for Lane has been really good. They're shooting 64.7% from the field, as well as 60% from three-point range. What have you seen from the Titans that has led to so much success offensively?
It's mainly just how easily they've been getting inside and how they've been able to finish inside at that. They have been not only they're passing to the inside, but just their ability to, on off screens or posting up, they just get right to the hoop and they're putting up easy shots. It's not even about Umpqua trying to stop. Umpqua is currently putting up no defense when they're up in the air, but they are making it tough to get those open shots. But when they do come, Lane is taking those opportunities and they're making the most of it.
Lane so far has had a pretty even spread of scoring. So far, they have had 8 different players with points so far. Nobody's really standing out. It's been a team effort. But I think the thing that really stands out is Lane, 7 assists, Umpqua only 3, and maybe that's why we find ourselves with the score we do.
Yeah, I mean, Lane is forcing Umpqua to have to pass, and currently they're not really doing it as much as they should be with this help defense that Lane's running.
Back in action here, 9:30 on the clock, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Lane Community College.
Yeah, McGarvey just tried to move too many people as he was trying to get down low, and they called him for it.
Inside, Valdez, a floater, no good. Rebounded by Makinich, and then a foul from behind. I think they're going to get Valdez, and they are going to get Valdez. So Valdez picks up a foul. That is his first. See, second team foul for Umpqua. McGarvey will check out. Ford brings it to the left side, now to the top. Brown, and another whistle.
Looks like they're going to be calling a strict game today with, we already have 6 fouls in the first 10 minutes of this half.
3 fouls for either team. Ford under the basket, claps his hands, gets it in for Chapman. To the top now for Lackley, and around for Ford. Over for Zach Brown, and now Makinich spins his way inside, and another whistle. Foul is going to be on Sampson, and man, these referees in the last about 30 seconds of basketball have called 3 fouls on Umpqua.
Yeah, they're really looking for the fouls this game, I guess.
Under 9 minutes to go. Lane still with the basketball. Chapman into the corner from Makinich. They'll drive into the paint, jump steps his way, and he tried to find it to the corner, but Valdez picks it off. Up the floor, Valdez spinning his way into the paint, back out. Hines at the three-point line. He was left alone, didn't pull the 3, gave it over to Webb. Inside, Webb gets the basket and one.
Hines thought about taking that three-pointer twice, but decided to pass out, and I guess it works out in their favor as they're heading to the line to convert an and one.
Nathan Webb is going to be going to the line. So Hines thought about the 3, like you said, didn't pull it, and they have a chance for a 3-point play here with Webb. He's been perfect at the line today, 4 of 4, make it 5 of 5. As Webb's up to 12 points. Kobe Crawford to the top for Zach Brown, gives it over to the left side for Elmore. Over to Chapman, to Crawford again on the right wing. Works his way in on Valdez and then gives it to the top for Zach Brown. Hands it off to Elmore. He'll drive in, then kicks it to the corner for Lackley and around. Brown to the right side for Crawford. Now working on Webb. Step back, a 3-pointer. Webb got his paw on it. Short, 2 seconds on the clock, and then it's stolen away as the shot clock expires. Schuer's up, 2-on-2 opportunity. Spins his way inside, misses the layup. Rebounded by Lackley. Lackey over to Elmore, a 3-pointer. He drained it, but his foot was out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Still going to remain 25-19, 7:55 to go first half, excuse me.
Yeah, it was a good job by Elmore to stop that fast break and then get down and try to put up that shot. It's just unlucky that his heel was on that line for that three.
Hines giving a screen to Valdez. He takes it to the left. Now goes over to the left wing for Schurz. Back to Sampson now on the right wing. Crawford with the defense. Sampson to the Schurz on the left wing. Now to the elbow for Webb. Driving in on Chapman. Back out for Sampson at the three-point line. Working in on Crawford. Good defense. Got him to pass it to Valdez. Under the basket for Hines, and then Brown was there. And shot clock violation. 30 seconds go off the clock. No shot goes up. And it's a turnover, Titan basketball.
Yeah, this 2-3 defense for Lane, it's working for them. It wasn't working for Umpqua, which they've now switched to man, but Lane's sticking with it, and it's holding them to these 19 points, and it just forced that shot clock violation there as there was no one to pass to.
Lackey drives his way inside. Hines, good defense. It goes off of him, though, and it's going to stay here with the Titans. 7:10 on the clock. First half of basketball, still 25-19. Titans clinging to a 6-point lead. Crawford inbounded and a whistle. They're going to get Hines with another foul. Still going to stay here with Lane. And a three-pointer from Elmore, and his foot was out of bounds again. That's the second time he's done that.
Yeah, he's just maybe he's not aware of that line over there, or he's thinking too much about putting that three up that he can't think about where his feet are going.
So now Valdez will bring it up. Lane in a full court press. Gives it to the corner now for Dolney. Back to the top for Valdez. Gives it to Schurz on the left wing. Inside for Hines. Now to Webb. Back to Hines. Inside. Count the basket and one.
That was a nice pass by Webb there after getting it and then just taking that one step and giving it right back to Hines. And then left Lane for their only option to try to stop that shot from going up was a foul, and Hines just went through it and got the and one.
It was 25-16 moments ago, and now Hines at the line. Misses the free throw, and it's 25-21, so a 6-0 run currently for Umpqua.
I know it's still early in the game, but that free throw could have made it at least a one-possession game.
Chapman hands it off to Lackey. Drives into the paint, now back to Chapman. Up and under, lay-in good. 8th point of the game for Chapman. 27-21 in favor of Lane.
Lane went back, or is now starting a full court press, but they're still keeping the 2-3 zone.
Going inside, Webb alone after Chapman tried to read that pass. Instead, it's just 2 free points for the Riverhawks. 27-23 in favor of the Titans. Elmore spinning his way in the paint, fade away, can't fall. Rebounded by Schurz. He'll push up quickly. Into the corner, three-pointer now from Dolney. No good, rebounded by Chapman. Crawford pushes, slows things down, and gives it to the top for Chapman. To the right wing for Lackey. Now draws 2 defenders under the basket. Crawford left alone, up and under. It's good, 29-23.
Looks like Webb was just caught lacking. He wasn't paying attention.
Valdez dribbles it out to the right side. Now getting a screen from Webb. Over now to Sampson. Down in the corner. Webb pulls up from the elbow, extended. Drills it 29-25. Webb has been hot today.
Yeah, he's already got 14 points, and there's still 5 minutes left in this first half.
Blythe under the basket. Lackey. Beautiful cut and finish. 31-25 now. Seems like Lane just won't let Umpqua get all the way back in this. They have a response for everything.
Yeah, Lane knows how good of a team this Umpqua team is, and they're not going to let them think that they can get back in this game easily. They're going to be pushing. They're going to do whatever they can to hold this lead.
Schewers gets the lay-in to go. 31-27. It's a 4-point game with 4 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in the first half of basketball. And so far, the player that's really stood out to me, Nathan Webb, 16 points so far, and he's going to work. He had 35 points on Monday. Right now, almost halfway through it, and we're almost at halftime. What have you seen from him, the big man?
I mean, Lane they're keeping tabs on him. They're making sure that they know where he is on the court at all times, making sure that there's 2 defenders in his area if he's putting up a shot. And he's still putting up 16. He's only missed 3 shots. He's 5 for 8. And he's 100% at the line right now, 5 for 5. Seems like no matter what they do, he's going to make those shots. And if you foul him, he's going to make those free throws and make you pay for it.
Definitely could see that. An interesting note, and I think that this is a very interesting thing. Webb is from Rexburg, Idaho. There's 2 other basketball players not named Webb, also from Rexburg, Idaho, coming to Umpqua Community College. What do you think the Rexburg to Umpqua connection is?
Maybe their coach is from there, or maybe one of them came and thought, hey, guys, got a pretty good opportunity over here. You guys want to come with me? We can play together. And it's been a pretty good opportunity, as this is one of the top teams in this conference.
As they're built from everywhere, and, well, 3 from Rexburg. We're back in action here in the first half. Lane has the basketball. Ford brings it to the right wing. Gives it over. Chapman to the top. Now Lackey left lane. Drives in, out to Blythe at the top. Into the corner. Elmore, a 3-pointer. Can't bottom that one. Rebounded by Chapman onside. And they're going to call a travel?
Yeah, look, the ref on the sideline called a travel, but the ref under the hoop seemed to call nothing. He let it go clean. It was the ref on the opposite side of the court that called something.
4:05 to go, first half. Schewers try to go inside for Webb. It goes out of bounds, and it's Lane Community College basketball.
Seems like both teams are in sync. As if one goes down and makes a shot, the other goes down and makes a shot. If one goes down and makes a mistake, the other comes down and makes a mistake. We've been stuck at a 4-point to 6-point game here for a while.
So still a 4-point game, 31-27. Ford dribbles it to the right side, hands it off to Wallace. To the top for Elmore, swings it down to the low wing for Blythe. Back to the top for Elmore, and over to Ford on the right wing. Drives in on Valdez, goes up left hand, lay-in, can't fall, rattles out, rebounded by Schewers. Up the floor, now a 3-pointer. Webb can't finish, goes out of bounds, and the LCC basketball, but fast-paced basketball we're seeing.
Yeah, he saw his chance to take it right to the hoop, and he took it and blew by his defender. He was just moving too fast for his own good, and the ball just rattled out of the rim.
Blythe from the elbow, and an offensive foul.
Must have been a moving screen on Ford, as he was trying to set an off-ball screen for Chapman, and they just called the foul on Ford.
Yeah, Ford can't believe it. He's shrugging his shoulders in disbelief.
Well, he quickly turned around and got back to play full-court defense.
Quick memory. Valdez, guarded by Wallace, goes under for Webb, trying to find Hines, and then it found its way to Sampson, a 3-pointer off back iron. No good. Rebounded by Chapman. 3 minutes into the game now. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, that is. Chapman to the right wing. Ford gives him a screen. Ford takes it to the left. Now into the corner. Wallace, a 3-pointer. Bottoms it.
Yeah, Lane's really been able to get Umpqua to collapse when they drive in, finding these guys open around the arc for 3.
Schewers spins his way free from a double team. Found Valdez at the top. Goes down for Hines. Elmore from behind with the defense. Now Sampson, a 3-pointer. Can't rattle in. Swirls its way out. Rebounded by Chapman and gives it to Wallace. Elmore now in the corner, back to Wallace on the wing. To the top for Chapman, back to Elmore. He thought about a three, didn't pull. Takes a jab step, finds his way into the paint, and a whistle. Foul is going to be on Valdez. It's his second. So 2:10 left. Ford gives it to the left side. Elmore to the top for Chapman, around for Wallace. Pump fakes, now goes into the paint for Chapman, spinning his way. 3 players around him, and he can't finish. Rebounded by Webb. Webb falls down and then gets back up, hands it off to Valdez. Long three-pointer, Valdez off back iron. Rebounded by Ford. Blythe drives down under the basket and a whistle. Foul is going to be on Nathan Webb. That is going to be his second.
Blythe had a pretty open look there. They're lucky that that foul got the ball to come out and wasn't able to get the and one on this one.
Blythe can't make the free throw. Remain 34-27. Blythe, a freshman from Geelong, Australia, 6'5", 205. He's only averaging 4.3 points per game this season. Wants to study journalism someday. He misses both free throws. 0 for 2, keeps it a 7-point game. 90 seconds to go, first half of basketball. Into the corner, Sampson driving into the paint. Hines lays it up and in. 5-point game, 34-29.
Lane's going with more of a small ball approach right now as they just put in Zach Brown, who's only 6'4", to be their center, and got them there on that possession as Umpqua got on the inside and got that layup.
Wallace gets it after the missed Ford shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Blythe in the corner, back out for Elmore. 8 seconds now. Working, steps back out to the top for Brown. Wallace now with 3 seconds to Ford at the buzzer. And he missed it. Didn't even hit the rim, and that's shot clock violation with 49.6 seconds left here in the first half. As now Hines will check out. Checking into the game now is Schwab. .40 seconds to go here in the first half. Inside, Valdez pulls up just inside the free throw line. Makes it 34-31 now.
Nice hop step there by Valdez. Got him by 2 defenders and a nice look basically by the free throw line.
Ford drives in, out for Wallace. To the top for Brown. Wide open, Blythe, a three-pointer. Can't go. Rebounded offensively for Brown. 15 seconds on the game clock. And a timeout's going to be called by Lane Community College with 12.1 seconds left. 34-31, currently the score. And if you're Lane right here, you're Matt Zozel going up against Roseburg, who probably is favored in this game, coming into the game 10-1, as Lane's only 9-2 this year. What do you draw up for the last possession here?
I mean, as we've seen, Elmore's been hitting those threes in the corner there. He's just, the only problem is his foot's been on the line. I could see them doing it again and giving him one more chance to see if he can put that three up without putting his foot on the line. Because both those times, the three went in after the whistle was blown. And I think he could do it again if he manages to keep his feet in bounds.
So now they'll have Wallace, Ford, Blythe, Elmore, and Brown out there. 8 seconds now. Ford with the basketball. Gets a screen from Elmore. Drives inside. Kicks it to the corner. Blythe, a three-pointer. Drills it at the buzzer. Ethan Blythe makes it a 6-point game. 37-31 in favor of the Titans.
Yeah, Lane's figured out that Umpqua, they collapse every time they drive. And so they did that one more time, got the team to collapse, found Blythe open for the corner. And he was able to splash that three heading into this half.
Yeah, you talked about the corner three. They drew it up, just not to your guy. But you know what? It works out for the Titans as they lead by 6 right now. And this is a pretty even keel scoring team for Lane. It seems like everybody's gotten involved, and maybe that's the key to success here today. No one player standing out. Everybody's just scoring.
Yeah, the ball movement for Lane has been impeccable. They've been not only on the drive and kick, but just around the arc as well. They've been able to swing it around. Everybody touches the ball, it seems, at least once before they put a shot up. And it's clearly working as almost everyone has 2 points at least for this Lane team, and they're up 6.
Yeah, everybody that's entered the game has scored so far for Lane. The only 2 players that haven't are Von Marshall and Riley Sangermano, and, well, they haven't entered the game. Everybody else, they've scored with at least 2 points, like you said. The leaders, though, Khalil Chapman, 8 points, and then Ethan Blythe, 7 points, with 3 of them coming right at the buzzer. Isaiah Wallace, he has 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. On the other side for Umpqua, Nathan Webb, 16 points, 3 rebounds. He's 5 for 5 at the free throw line, and he's picking up right where he left off after that 35-point performance. The guy that's been, well, relatively quiet today, Talon Valdez. He had 21 points on Monday. So far today, 1 for 5 from the field, 2 points, and 2 fouls.
Yeah, after each of those fouls, you could see the look on his face. He looked pretty upset that they called those fouls, and he looked pretty shocked. And it seems like it's gotten to him. He's only been shooting 1 for 5, and he's been making that same face after every miss too. Maybe today's just not his day.
Well, we're going to step aside and take a break, but don't go anywhere. In about 13 minutes or so, we'll be back for the second half of Lane Community College versus Umpqua, as the Titans currently lead the Riverhawks 37-31. You're listening here on the Lane Community College live stream. And welcome back for the second half of basketball. Lane Community College currently with a 37-31 lead over the Umpqua Community College Riverhawks. It's going to be Riverhawks basketball to start as they trail by 6. Sampson gives it up to Moore. And then Ford poked it away for Moore. A steal, Ford down the court, lays it in. 39-31. What a start for Lane defensively.
Yeah, Lane still going with that high 2-3. It looked like he could have caused a mistake there with Sophia open down low, but doesn't matter. Ford got the steal, held them to 0 points there, and a steal there again.
Yeah, Blythe with the steal into the corner. Wallace, a triple. No good, off back iron. Rebounded by Ford. Lane will reset. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over the right wing, Elmore. Dribbles it a couple times, gets a screen, now gives it up to Blythe. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Elmore, step back 3. No good, off front iron. Ford tried to save it, crashed into the bench, and now into the bleachers. Valdez up the floor quickly. Sampson, a wide open 3. Off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Wallace. Ford got up, and he seems to be a little bit sluggish, but he seems to be all right.
Yeah, I think he's fine. He tried to get back on defense, but they made a stop fast enough where he didn't even have to.
Wallace gives it to the corner for Blythe. He'll drive down the baseline, work in on Webb, gives it to Elmore in the paint. Back out, Wallace, a triple from the wing, no good. Chapman tipped it out. Webb was there for Umpqua. Valdez got it poked from behind by Blythe. Ford gives it up to Chapman. He dunks it home. 10-point game, 41-31.
Yeah, Lane just has come out here screaming. Umpqua hasn't really even gotten a chance to put up a good shot. And
another
Lane,
steal.
Yeah, Lane again. That leads to just a wide open basket. Umpqua is in shambles right now, it seems like.
Umpqua is in shambles, according to AJ, as there's going to be a timeout with 17:49 to go here in the second half of basketball. But, man, what a start for Lane Community College. They're leading 36-31 at the break. They've come out the gate. They've caused some steals, and they've gone on a 7-0 start to this half. I think the big player that's standing out right now is Ford and his defense, a couple of steals.
Yeah, Ford's effort has been insane to start this first half. Not only on that steal to set up the fast break for Chapman, but then tried to get the rebound over here and ended up in the bleachers and quickly got back up to try to get back on defense. But the whole team's just been hustling, and they got to stop before they even needed him back there. And they gave it to him, made a nice pass, led to 2 more points.
So Lane goes into the halftime break. They have a game plan. They come out and they execute it. Now, Umpqua calls timeout. You got to think that halftime plan, it's through the window. It's gone.
Yeah.
What's the new plan here for the Riverhawks?
Slow it down. They got to, right now, Lane's moving fast, but if they can control the speed and bring the speed back down to a speed that they can handle, then they'll get less sloppy turnovers and stop letting Lane get these easy fast break points.
And instantly a substitution is now Jaden Schwab comes into the game for the Riverhawks. Schurz gets it to Schwab into the paint, out for Webb at the three-point line. He'll drive his way into the paint and then try to go to the corner. But again, Ford got his hands on it. And now the referees are going to converge. They initially pointed in favor of Lane Community College, and after they talk, it is going to be Umpqua basketball.
Yeah, it looked like it was tipped out of bounds by Ford there, and you could see how pissed off the entire Umpqua roster was.
Schurz brings it to the right wing to the top for Webb. Pump fakes his way inside now for Sophia. And back around. Valdez out for Webb. A triple. Short off front iron. Rebounded by Valdez. Out for Webb again. He'll drive his way inside. Chapman got him to charge.
Great job by Chapman, seeing that Webb was going to go up with it and just getting into position and drawing that charge.
The fans here at LCC are going wild, as now a charge is called on Umpqua. The scoreless start continues for Umpqua, and Lane looking to extend the lead. 43-31, Titans with the lead and have possession. Ford on the right wing, inside for Chapman. Working his way inside on Sophia. Pump fakes, goes up, gets fouled. He'll go to the line, but he'll be shooting two.
And they're lucky he missed that and one. That looked like one of the easier and ones that you'll get.
So Chapman at the line. Misses the first one. Chapman this season is averaging 9.3 points per game and 7.4 rebounds per game. He was a first-team All-State selection when he was coming out of high school from Portland. It's a 13-point lead, 44-31. Umpqua quickly down the floor. Ford got his hand inside again. That's a block on Sophia, and it's going to go out of bounds off of LCC. But man, how about Ford right now? Defensively, better than anyone.
Yeah, this has been an amazing show by Ford in this start. It's only been just over 3 minutes, and they still haven't put. Umpqua still only put up, or hasn't put up any points so far. That was their first chance, and Ford still said no.
Inside, Schewers gets the first basket of the half for Umpqua, 44-33. Ford brings it to the elbow, back out to Blythe at the top. Into the corner for Wallace. Blythe calling for it. He gave it to Elmore instead. Elmore to Ford on the right wing. Gave it to Blythe and then back to Ford. He's thinking about a three. Jab step, pulls the three, and can't rattle it in. Blythe gets the lone board under the basket. No one was around him.
Yeah, they sent two people to take out Wallace to make sure he couldn't get that rebound. That left the paint wide open for Blythe to just run in, grab it, and put it right back up.
13-point lead, 46-33. Webb gives it to the corner now. Schwab back up for Webb, and Webb was tangled up with Ford. No foul. Schewers gets it inside for Sophia, back out and around, and a bad pass. No, they're going to say it was a deflection, and it'll be Lane basketball. Ford's going to check out now after his stellar start.
I think this is Lane's attempt to keep the defense out there as energetic as possible. They saw that Ford put as much effort as he could in those 4 minutes that he was out there, and now they're keeping the defense fresh by putting in Crawford.
Hines under the basket, gets it to fall. 46-35, it's an 11-point game. 15-30, second half. Wallace on the left wing, gives it to the top for Jay Elmore, the former Axe. Gives it to Crawford, brings it to the right wing, back out to Blythe. He'll dribble his way inside, working on Webb. Back out for Crawford at the three-point line, and his foot was out of bounds. It feels like 3 or 4 times today, LCC has passed the ball to the corner for a wide-open player. Just the back foot is on the side of it, out.
Yeah, they just keep getting unlucky today. Maybe that's a drill they got to work on in practice this week.
So Riverhawk basketball looking to come back into this game against LCC, and a whistle. Foul is going to be on Isaiah Wallace. So Umpqua coming into the week, they were ranked number 4 in the NWAC. Lane, number 5. So these are two pretty competitive teams. Right now, Lane's pulling off the upset. Webb, a turnaround. That one, no good. Rebounded by McGarvey. Crawford to the top for Brown. Gives it to the corner for Elmore, and his foot was out of bounds. Another mistake on a pass to the corner. I think that's got to be in the drills this week if you are Coach Matt Zossel and the Titans.
Yeah, that's 4 turnovers so far, at least, from coming out of bounds. And they only have 7 turnovers as a team. So that's a majority of their turnovers coming from just not knowing their back heel is on the line.
Yeah, it really has been a struggle for Lane to get the ball into the corner, and they're getting some good looks. We've seen Elmore knock some down. His just foot has been out of bounds, and again, one in the far corner here. Now, we had the last break. Lane went out to a hot start to this quarter, or to this half. Since then, it's been pretty even keel. Not a lot happened, and it's still an 11-point lead for LCC. Who do you think's going to step up here down the stretch after this timeout?
I think that Ethan Blythe is going to kind of step it up. I mean, he already has in this game. As he's one of the leading scorers for LCC with 11 points right now. But he's moving around the court every time they're on offense. Even when the ball's not in his hands, you constantly see him cutting to the hoop with his hands in the air, or going to set a screen and then rolling or picking and popping. He's always doing something on offense. He's always moving, always keeping the defense confused on where he's going to be.
So after the timeout, still be the 14 minutes and 45 seconds. Umpqua has 2 fouls in this half. Lane only 1 through the first 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Lane, even though they're up 11, is running a full court press.
Lane wants this victory. Schewers gives it to the top for Valdez. He'll drive in on Crawford and a whistle. May have jinxed it.
Yeah, now 2 each team.
4th foul so far of the half. Yep, like you said, 2 on each team. Schewers at the top. Gives it to the right side for Dolney. Down for Webb into the paint. Back out. Schewers, a 3-pointer. Off the front of the iron, rebounded by Crawford. He's pushing it up quickly for Wallace. A one-on-one goes up and under the basket, and that's up and through.
Good move by Crawford to use his body to shield the ball from the defender there.
13-point lead, 48-35. Webb to the top for Valdez. Wallace with good defense forces a pass to the left side for Schewers. Back inside, and now Valdez gives it back to Webb. Pulls up from the elbow. He drains it.
Yeah, Webb kind of stalled after getting those 16 points early in that first half, but here he is again, starting to heat back up, getting his first 2 since those 16, putting him at 18.
Yeah, 18 points, but only 2 so far in the second half, and there's 13:30 to go in this half. Under the basket, Brown, nice find and nice finish, 50-37 for the Titans.
That was a great pass by McGarvey. Saw the man cutting and just threw it to the right place at the right time.
Valdez answers from the elbow. 11-point game again, 50-39. Crawford gets a screen from Brown, goes back to Zach Brown. Inside the paint. Gives it to Elmore, a 3-pointer in the corner. That one short, rebounded by Crawford offensively. The little guy gets it. Hands it off to Wallace. Back out for Crawford to the top for Brown. Swinging it around to Elmore. He'll go back to Brown. A little bit of contact. Count the basket and 1.
That's back-to-back possessions for Lane where they're able to find Brown cutting to the hoop and get him a nice shot. This time he was able to convert on an and 1 too.
As now Lackey and Makinich are going to come in.
You can see the smiles on this Lane team as Wallace is checking off. He's talking about that layup that Brown just converted. This is a tight team that they have. They're all proud of each other doing what they can.
Brown can't make the free throw. Remains a 13-point game, 52-39. Schewers brings it up the floor for the Riverhawks. Gives it to the top for Sampson. Swings it over to Dolney on the right wing. Into the corner for Webb. He's double-teamed by McGarvey and Brown. Able to get out of the double team, find Dolney. Over to Haynes at the corner. Webb pulls up inside the arc. No good. Rebounded by Zach Brown. Spins his way around and then gives it to Crawford to the right wing for Lackey. Back to Crawford now as Lane will reset. Crawford drives down, and that was a moving screen off of Brown.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to get away with not setting his feet and just kind of jogging by, but the ref saw it.
So a turnover by the Titans. 12-10 to go here in the second half. Left wing, Dolney to Haynes, under the basket. Sophia couldn't finish. Rebounded by McGarvey. Crawford kicks it to the corner. Lackey, a three-pointer. No good, and it's rebounded by McInich. Good offensive board, but he throws it away. Finds Hines. Hines keeping it himself, and he's fouled. Kane Hines is going to go to the line. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, last time he was at the line, he went 0 for 1. We'll see if he can make his first free throw of the night here.
Hines, a 6'8" freshman from Windham, Australia. Misses the free throw. What a pipeline. Australia to Roseburg, Oregon.
They got 2 players from Wyndham, Australia. They both, besides besides Kane Hines, they also have Aaron Dolney.
As now Schewers checks out, Schwab checks in. Both Schewers and Schwab also out of state. Schewers from Montana, Schwab, one of the other guys from Rexburg, Idaho. Crawford brings it to the right wing. Working in on Schwab, back out to the top for McGarvey, swings it to Chapman, into the corner for McInich. And a whistle. They're going to get Hines with the foul. So Hines picks up his 3rd foul, 4th team foul with 11:18 to go here in this half.
Yeah, Hines and Webb, the 2 top scorers for this Umpqua team, are both in foul trouble with 11 minutes to go. They both have 3 fouls.
And out of bounds. Knocked out by Dolney. So the 2 Aussies on the floor right now for Umpqua. Surprisingly, they're both from the same town, Wyndham, Australia. Didn't go to the same high school. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Lackey with it, driving on Hines. Puts up a last-second shot. That's no good. Rebounded by McGarvey offensively. And then it's poked free. There's a scramble on the floor. Lackey rolled it over to McGarvey. Now to McInich. Driving inside and then gives it under the basket for Lackey. He puts up a shot, banks it home. 54-40 now for the Titans.
I'm surprised Lane was able to keep their composure there with the ball just constantly tumbling around on the court. They were able to get it, pick it up, find the right man, and get a nice shot under the hoop.
And this one goes out of bounds. I'm going to say it's off of Lane, so it's going to stay here with the Riverhawks. 10:27 to go, 54-40. It's a 14-point lead for Lane. The second half, LCC has outscored Umpqua 17-9, but the Riverhawks still aren't out of it. Dolney bounces it inside for his other Aussie, Hines, but he misses the shot. Rebounded by Crawford. Crawford to the top for McGarvey. Gives it to Lackey. To the top for Chapman. Swings it to the right wing for McInich and back to the top for Crawford. Gets a screen from McGarvey, goes into the left lane. Now back out to the top for McInich. He'll drive left lane, get some contact, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Seems like Lane switched up their approach here on offense from last half to this half. Last half, they were more drive in and kick. This half, it seems as if they're just swinging the ball around, waiting for a lane to get created, and then they just attack that lane that they've made from spreading out the defense so much. And it's working. Now they're getting sent to the line again for 2 more free throws.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fouls since I made the comment, hey, there hasn't been a lot of fouls to start this half. There's been 9 fouls currently. There's been 7 fouls since my comment. But 9:57 to go. Both teams probably going to be in the bonus soon. But I think the big thing is those 2 guys for Umpqua being in foul trouble, Webb and Hines.
Yeah, the only person in foul trouble for Lane is Zach Brown, and he hasn't committed a foul in a while. It feels like so. It doesn't even seem like Lane has much to worry about with that. But the whole Umpqua team has been committing fouls, and they just got to look for a way to stop that. Because if they don't, then they're going to lose their two best scorers and maybe even some more.
Yeah, I think the other big thing is that Lane is constantly substituting players. They have 10 different players that have scored today. Compare that to Umpqua. They only have 6 different players that have scored so far. And, when the top 2 scorers for the Riverhawks are the ones in foul trouble, things aren't looking too good for Umpqua.
Yeah, it's looking like we have an upset that's about to go down here.
Makinich makes the first free throw. There still is a lot of time to be played. There's an entire half of a half, so you could say a quarter of the game to be played. And it's a 16-point lead after Makinich makes both free throws. Sampson gives it over to Schewers. Back to the top. Schwab with it. Back to Sampson, over to Dolney on the right wing. Crawford comes in for help on the defense. Sophia pulls up from the elbow, banks it in. It's a 14-point game again. Right wing, Makinich. Gets a screen from Chapman, gives it to the top for McGarvey. Down to Lackley, drives inside, kicks it to Chapman, goes up, and he's fouled.
That's Hines' 4th foul.
No, they're not going to call it on Hines, surprisingly. They're going to call it on Jaden Schwab, number 10, not 12. I was thinking it was going to be on Hines, too. I was waiting for the call. They gave it to 10 instead of 12, and I think that benefits Umpqua, as now Webb will come to the game, and Hines is going to check out. It's only the first foul on Schwab, but I think Coach Daniel Leeworthy knew that.
Yeah, I think he still wanted to get Hines out of that game with his 3 fouls.
Sampson now gives it to the top. Dolney down low to the post for Webb, back out. Schwab, a 3-pointer, can't bank it in. Rebounded by Sampson. He goes up on Chapman, and now a whistle after the missed shot. I think they're going to get Chapman with that foul. It's the second foul on Chapman.
It was a good board by Sampson. With all the big men in the paint, he was still able to get the rebound and put up another shot. Now he's at the line.
Yeah, Sampson, he still has good size. He's 6'3", as a freshman here at Umpqua, originally from Kaysville, Utah, into Davis High School. As that one's out of bounds off of Sampson. It'll stay with LCC. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Still some time to go.
Umpqua is finally getting some disruptance, though, in the backcourt for Lane, as Lane's been doing it to them this whole half, basically.
Crawford gives it to the right side for Lackey. Dribbles it up, gets a screen from Chapman, and then Lackey gives it to the right side for Makinich. Makinich trying to throw it up and under for Chapman, and that's stolen away by Umpqua. 3-pointer now. Dolney can't get it to fall. Long-armed rebound by McGarvey.
Didn't even look like he had to jump for that one.
A 6'9", the former Sheldon Irish basketball player, staying here in Eugene and playing at LCC now. McGarvey gets it, dumps it up for Chapman, and alley-oop, and he lays it in.
Went for it last possession, didn't work. Tried again, got it this time.
A little bit of a better feed as now Webb has it in the paint, kicks it out. Sophia, a 3. No, he's going to keep it inside, and now he's fouled.
He thought about that 3 for a long time while he was wide open, but right as he was about to continue with his jump shot and go up in the air with it, decided to drive it in and try to posterize someone.
Well, he didn't posterize anybody, but he got a free trip to the free throw line. As he misses the first free throw. Remains a 14-point game, 58-44, and it just feels like this has been the story of this half. Lane got out to a great start. They were leading by about 14, and since that point, Umpqua has been trying to crawl back, but LCC has just had an answer for everything. Sophia does get the lucky roll to fall, and it's 58-45 now, 13-point game. Crawford jump steps his way inside, and then they swing it around back to him. Right wing now gets a screen from Brown into the corner from Makinich, and he was out of bounds.
That's got to be their 5th or 6th time doing that.
It's like every single play they go to the corner, a player's back foot is out of bounds. I think Matt Zozel is definitely running some drills this week into the corner. I mean, man, you can't have that mistake that many times in one game.
Yeah, that's got to be the first drill they run at practice tomorrow.
Sampson gives it to the elbow for Webb. Trying to go inside for Sophia. He does, and Sophia lays it in. Sophia now up to 5 points today, 58-47. Lackey gives it around. Back to Lackey. And then he lost it. Stolen away by Webb. Has a 1-on-2. Kept it himself. Missed the first shot. Got his own board. Chance number 2 doesn't go. Out of bounds off of Zach Brown. Going to stay here, though, with Umpqua.
Lackey tried to get fancy with it and go behind the back, but ended up just going behind his back and right into Webb's hands. And then Webb just put up those 2 straight shots, and now with Lane's fast break defense, they're going to have to inbound it.
Elmore, Ford, and Wallace all checking in the game for Lackey, Makinich, and McGarvey. Webb puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Ford. And instantly, Tyshawn Ford enters back into the game, and he starts to make an impact like we saw at the beginning of this half. Gives it to the top for Blythe, into the corner. Elmore, a three-pointer. That one doesn't fall. Rebounded by Zach Brown offensively.
Yeah, Ford missed the last 10 minutes after starting the first 5, and now he's back playing like he just started. He hasn't played anything this game.
Ford dribbles it down the left lane. He lost it. He fell down. It's a steal for Umpqua. Sampson, a three-pointer. No good, and it bounces out of bounds. It was the right idea on the shot by Sampson, but instead it goes out, and now a whistle. I think they might get Sampson with a foul.
I don't really understand what happened, but the crowd seems to love what just happened.
Exactly. The players and the crowd both were cheering. Elmore gives it to the top for Brown, hands it off to Wallace. Over to Blythe at the top. He'll pull up a 3. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Wallace, though, offensively. Back-to-back offensive boards. And again, Lane will slow things down. They've killed about a minute since they've gotten the ball in their last defensive possession. And a foul is going to be called on Valdez.
Now, Lane's in the bonus, and they're going to be heading to the line for a 1-on-1.
Both teams are in the bonus. That was the 7th foul on Umpqua. Ford at the line. Makes the front of the 1-and-1. Tyshawn Ford, a freshman, 5'10", 165 pounds from Portland. This season averaging 6.9 points per game, 1.8 rebounds to game. Hopes to study business someday. Makes the second free throw, and we're back to a 13-point game, 60-47, and that's a steal. Ford again. Drives his way up to Blythe, a three-pointer. Off back iron, but Wallace is there with the rebound. Foul is going to be called They're going to get Dolney with the foul. As Dolney will check out, Schwab will come in. Hines will also check in, as now Sophia will come out.
And Umpqua has now got 3 players on the court, all with 3 fouls. Both Valdez, Webb, and Hines, all 3 of them have 3 fouls.
Those are their 3 best scorers. Although Valdez hasn't shown it today, he had 21 points on Monday. Today, Lane's done a great job with him. Only 4 points, and he's only 2 of 6 shooting the ball. Valdez spins his way at the elbow. Ford with some good defense again. Sampson, a 3-pointer. He answers. It's a 10-point game, 60-50, under 5 minutes to play. Elmore lost it. Hines picks it up. Valdez up the floor quickly, gives it up for Webb. Into the corner for Sampson, and a whistle.
Elmore looks like he got hurt, and that's the reason he turned the ball over, is he fell while he was dribbling and now limping on his right leg. It looked like it's his right ankle. Must have rolled it while trying to size up the defender.
So a timeout's going to be called. 4:42 to go. It's a 10-point game, 60-50. This one's shaping up to have a very exciting finish. Elmore turns it over. They go up the floor quickly with Hines, and then they gave it up to Webb, and he was fouled. I believe Webb's going to go to the line, and he'll be shooting some free throws. And, you know, Webb, he's been perfect at the line today. 5 of 5. The chance to go 7 for 7 at the line and make this an 8-point game. But I think this is anyone's basketball right now. And, you know, down the stretch, Umpqua, they're starting to get a little hot. What can Lane do to really cause Umpqua some trouble like we saw at the beginning of the half?
Well, I already think Lane did what they should do to cause Umpqua some trouble, and it's by putting Ford back in. They did it about 2 minutes ago. And I know that the comeback has kind of started, or the 4-point, at least they've gained 4 points back on Lane, but Ford's effort is still, it's enough to, I think, keep these 10 points, or make sure these 10 points are enough and keep Lane ahead.
So Jay Elmore on Monday, he went off for 20 points and 4 assists. Today he just had the 1 3-pointer early on, and he just exited with an injury. How big of an impact do you think it is that he's not on the floor right now for the Titans?
In any other game, I'd say pretty big, but today, his impact in general hasn't been that big. So him not being on the court, I don't think it means anything this game, but last game it would have meant a lot.
Webb makes the first free throw, and it's a 9-point game. Hines will go back to his own backcourt as Webb stays perfect at the line. 7 of 7 today. That was the 20th point for Nathan Webb. And instantly a foul is going to be called. That's on Schwab. It's his second. And that's going to send Blythe to the line. And Blythe makes the first one.
Blythe is now 1 for 3 from the line.
Misses.
And now 1 for 4.
Yeah, 1 for 4. I think if they're fouling, that's the guy they probably want at the line. Webb gives it to Sampson down in the corner. Good defense. Double teamed by LCC, and that's a turnover. Chapman kicked it away. Ford up the floor, and he'll slow things down. 4:20 to play. Chapman to the right wing for Wallace, and they foul Chapman. I think they're going to send him to the line. This is the 10th foul by Umpqua in this half, meaning that Lane's going to be in the double bonus. What do you think of the strategy of them fouling players with 4:19 to go?
It might work, and as Chapman makes that, he's only 2 for 5. And so, yeah, they're going to run into foul trouble pretty soon, and they might not have any players to be playing, but Lane, if they foul the right people, might not be making those free throws.
Chapman hits them both, as now Webb gives it to Haynes under the basket, and he threw it up empty. No points, and it's an 11-point lead now for Lane. Still. It's a big empty possession for Umpqua. Wallace gives it to the top for Brown. Hands it off to Ford. Up to the top for Blythe. He'll juke his way around and then to Brown and Ford in the corner. He'll drive in on Haynes. Gets around him, an easy lay-in. 65-52.
Ford used the explosiveness that he's been using on defense to get that bucket there. Just blew right by the defender. Got that open layup.
Samson can't rattle in a three. Rebounded by Ford. Tyshawn Ford today, he's had 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. But I think his biggest impact has been on the defensive side of the ball. Inside Brown, turnaround, it falls through.
The ref just called a timeout.
I think they called a foul on Ford. So I think they called a foul after the basket on Ford. That is his third?
I don't think they... I mean, Ford now has 3 fouls, but...
He didn't look very happy.
I don't know what he did.
Something after the basket. Hines into the corner. Shures got it stolen from Chapman. 2 minutes and 45 seconds away. Lane is feeling the upset right now. They're the 5 seed. Umpqua currently number 4. It's a slight upset, but still on the home court. Lane leading by 15 with 2.5 to play. Wallace on the left side gives it up to Blythe on the right wing. Back over to Brown. He'll drive his way inside, goes up, off the backboard and in. Zach Brown flexes the muscles. It's a 17-point lead.
Yeah, Lane is taking their time with these possessions. They waited till the shot clock was counting down. They didn't even start looking for a shot until under 10 seconds, let alone put up the shot with under 5.
Good defense from Blythe. Swatted it out of Webb's hands. It's out of bounds, staying here with Umpqua. But down the stretch, the defense of Lane is picking up. They've extended the lead from what was about an 8-point game moments ago to now a huge lead of 17.
I think Umpqua trying to rush and create a comeback didn't really work, and it ended up leading to them falling down even further.
Blythe gets the steal off the inbound, and the Titans have their offense slowing it down under 1:50 now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ford with the ball. He'll bring it back out. He's guarded by Schwab. Blythe now from the elbow. Working in. Right-handed layup. Up and in. 71-52. This one's almost all but over.
If it wasn't sealed, I think that layup might have sealed it, making it 19-point game with 1:20 left. And you can feel it here in this stadium as the Lane bench is ecstatic and the fans are cheering too.
Yeah, the fans here in Titan Coliseum, there's a little bit of them, and they've been making some noise. They've been very animated today. You know, this is a big one. Umpqua, number 4, coming up from Roseburg. It's not that far from Roseburg to Eugene, about a little over an hour. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be a long bus ride back for Umpqua.
Yeah, it's going to be quiet on that bus ride back.
Hines spinning his way around, puts up a shot, no good. The hook didn't work. And Lane will slowly move things up. Umpqua doesn't look like they're going to foul. This one should be almost all but wrapped up. Wallace into the corner. Chapman, he'll put up a 3. That's off back iron, no good. Hines with the rebound.
Got a steal at mid-court. Even though they're up 17, they're still playing mid to full court press.
Moore drives in, kicks it out, corner. Shures Off the side of the backboard, no good. Schuer's at the three-point line, drives his way into the paint, and that's a blocking foul there and a call. Blythe is going to pick up the foul.
If Lane can get the board after these free throws, that's going to be game. These are probably the last shot attempts of the game, as Lane will be able to dribble it out after this.
Well, there's 30.9 seconds on the clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Either Lane's going to take a 30-second delay, and then it might be a last-second shot. It's almost over.
Yeah, they'll probably just take the delay.
Schuers makes them both, 71-54.
Umpqua still going with full court press.
Yeah.
Thinking they got a chance after making 2 free throws.
So, Lane is going to hang on for this victory. It was a gritty one initially. It was a competitive one, but in the second half, they came out hot. They got off to a hot start, led by about 14 points, and then for the majority of the second half, they were hanging around a 14-point lead. They take the delay like you anticipated, and probably is just going to be it. Umpqua will have to inbound it, but Khalil Chapman, he's going to lead the way for Lane. 15 points, 7 rebounds. Ethan Blythe had 14 points and 1 rebound. Zach Brown, 10 points and 4 rebounds. But I think the man of the game was Tyshawn Ford, especially at the beginning of the second half. He had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, but his impact, not really on the stat sheet. It was on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, on those first 5 minutes, it didn't look like he stopped to take a breath. He was just running around to the ball, making sure that wherever the ball went, he went, and that's what continued their run that they had at the end of the first half into the second half, and then what kept them up for the rest of the game.
Other important note was Nathan Webb had 16 first-half points. He only had 4 points in the second half. Talk about the defense you saw from Lane that really resulted in such a poor performance for really Umpqua's best player in the second half.
Well, he finished the game shooting 6 for 17, and I think coming into the second half, he was shooting 5 for 11. So he only made 1 shot in this second half, and the other 2 points came at the line. They just made sure that any shot he got was a tough shot, and that's basically it, if he could even get a shot up.
Well, that'll do it for us here at Lane Community College. The men's team hang on, and they win 71-54 against Umpqua. They get the upset. Number 5 takes down number 4. It's been a pleasure. Knight Uretsky with AJ Trader. We'll see you guys next time as Lane Community College will travel on the road this weekend going against Clackestani. But it should be a fun one as the Titans win here tonight. Have a great night.